This video pays tribute to legendary wrestlers who have left us, honoring their remarkable contributions and the lasting legacy they've created in wrestling. These icons inspired millions with their dedication and talent. We also share emotional updates about Bailey, whose recent news has touched fans deeply. Celebrate their incredible lives and unforgettable impact with us. Don't forget to subscribe to keep their stories alive and ensure their legacies continue to inspire generations to come. Gary Albright, born in the United States, was a powerful and technically gifted professional wrestler who earned acclaim for his work in both American and Japanese wrestling promotions. Known for his mastery of suplexes and his background in amateur wrestling, Albright brought a rare combination of raw power and grappling expertise to the ring. His imposing presence and hard-hitting style made him a standout performer, especially in Japan's intense wrestling scene. Albright began his professional career in the 1980s after a successful run in amateur wrestling. He initially gained recognition in Canada's Stampede Wrestling, where his blend of strength and technical skill made him a force to be reckoned with. However, it was in Japan where he solidified his legacy, competing for promotions like UWF International and All Japan Pro Wrestling, AJPW. Albright became known as the Master of Suplex due to his explosive and precise suplex variations. His matches in Japan against legends like Kenta Kobashi, Mitsuharu Misawa, and Toshiaki Kawada were intense showcases of realism and physicality. Albright's wrestling style, deeply rooted in catch wrestling and shoot-style techniques, helped blur the line between sport and spectacle, earning him widespread respect from fans and peers. His ability to merge traditional grappling with the entertainment aspect of professional wrestling made him a bridge between Eastern and Western wrestling philosophies. Albright also appeared in American promotions, including Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW, continuing to display his unique skill set. Despite his career being tragically cut short, his influence on the wrestling world endures. Gary Albright, but his legacy lives on through the countless wrestlers he inspired. He is remembered as a trailblazer in strong style and shoot wrestling, and as one of the most respected technicians of his generation. Hana Kimura was a gifted Japanese professional wrestler born on September 3, 1997, in Yokohama, Kanagawa. The daughter of veteran wrestler Kyoko Kimura, Hana grew up surrounded by the world of wrestling, which sparked her passion for the sport early in life. She began formal training at age 15 and made her in-ring debut in 2016 with the World Wonder Ring Stardom promotion. Quickly rising through the ranks, she became known for her dynamic wrestling style, expressive charisma, and ability to emotionally engage audiences through her performances. Hana stood out not just for her athleticism, but also for her vibrant personality and fashion-forward appearance, which made her a fan favorite. Her star power extended beyond wrestling when she joined the cast of the Netflix reality series Terrace House, Tokyo 2019 to 2020. The show introduced her to a global audience and significantly increased her fan base, allowing her to connect with people far beyond the wrestling ring. Tragically, Hana Kimura was ruled a suicide following a period of intense cyberbullying related to her appearance on Terrace House. Her passing shocked the wrestling world and highlighted the serious consequences of online harassment and the need for better mental health awareness, especially for public figures. In the wake of her, an outpouring of grief and tributes came from across the globe. Her legacy lives on through her matches, the awareness her story brought to important social issues, and the continuing work of her mother through the Remember Hana project. Hana Kimura remains a powerful symbol of talent, vulnerability, and the need for compassion in both wrestling and society at large. Mike Hammer, born on February 21, 1954, was a professional wrestler whose commanding presence and intense charisma made him a standout in the world of wrestling. Known for his formidable strength and aggressive in-ring style, Hammer quickly gained a reputation as a fierce competitor and captivating performer. His journey into professional wrestling began in the late 1970s, where he swiftly rose through the ranks, capturing the attention of fans with his larger-than-life persona. Hammer's ability to connect with audiences set him apart, making him a fan favorite wherever he competed. Whether playing the role of a tough-as-nails brawler or a charismatic showman, Hammer brought undeniable energy to every match. Throughout his career, he squared off against some of the most well-known names in the industry. His matches were known for their intensity and physicality, reflecting his unrelenting dedication to the sport. Despite the physical demands and wear and tear that come with a life in the ring, Hammer remained passionate about wrestling and gave his all every time he stepped between the ropes. Outside the ring, Hammer was respected for his professionalism and commitment to the wrestling community. He was admired by peers and beloved by fans who appreciated his authenticity and hard-hitting style. Sadly, Mike Hammer, but his legacy lives on. He is remembered as a symbol of strength, resilience, and passion, an entertainer who gave everything to the business he loved. His contributions to professional wrestling continue to inspire those who follow in his footsteps, and his name holds a respected place in wrestling history. José Lothario, born December 12, 1933, was a legendary Mexican professional wrestler who left an enduring mark on the industry through his charisma, skill, and mentorship. Beginning his athletic journey as a boxer and luchador in the early 1950s, Lothario's talent quickly made waves in Mexico before he transitioned to the U.S. wrestling scene in 1957. Adopting the ring name Joe Garcia, and later El Gran Lothario, he became a standout star in the Gulf Coast territory and beyond. Lothario's style was a gritty blend of boxing technique and traditional wrestling, which made him a natural in brass knuckles and taped fist matches. His tough, no-nonsense persona and undeniable talent earned him the respect of peers and fans alike. Wrestling icon Dusty Rhodes once hailed him as one of the greatest Latin American performers and an elite babyface of his time. During his time with the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, Lothario built an impressive record, including a remarkable winning streak of over 50 matches. He won the NWA Florida Tag Team Championship with Danny Miller on Christmas Day in 1970 and feuded with top names like Gino Hernandez and El Gran Marcus. His matches, especially those alongside Mil Mascaras, drew huge crowds throughout Texas and Florida. Beyond his in-ring accomplishments, Lothario played a pivotal role in shaping the next generation of wrestling talent. In the 1980s, he trained a young Shawn Michaels and later managed him during his iconic WWE Championship victory at WrestleMania 12 in 1996. José Lothario from natural causes, leaving behind a storied legacy as both a performer and mentor. His influence on wrestling endures, remembered as a pioneer who paved the way for Latino wrestlers in the U.S. and inspired future superstars. Absolute Andy, born Andreas Ullmann on June 1, 1983, in Krefeld, Germany, is a cornerstone of the European professional wrestling scene. Best known for his work with West Side Extreme Wrestling, WXOW, Germany's top wrestling promotion. With a career spanning over 2 decades, Andy has become a standout name in European wrestling, earning a reputation for his charisma, versatility, and in-ring intelligence. Andy began wrestling in the early 2000s and quickly rose through the ranks of the German independent circuit. His Absolute Andy persona, a charismatic blend of arrogance and confidence, captivated audiences, whether he played the villainous heel or the beloved veteran babyface. His wrestling style skillfully combines technical prowess, raw power, and keen ring psychology, allowing him to thrive in both singles and tag team competition. His success in WXW is unparalleled. Andy is a 2-time WXW Unified World Wrestling Champion and a multi-time tag team champion, cementing his place as one of the promotion's most accomplished performers. He was central to some of WXW's most memorable feuds, battling top European talent like Walter, Gunther, Ilya Dragunov, and Karsten Beck. These rivalries not only elevated Andy's profile, but also played a significant role in increasing the visibility of German wrestling internationally. Beyond his accomplishments inside the ring, Absolute Andy has given back to the industry as a trainer and mentor, helping shape the next generation of talent in Europe. His knowledge, leadership, and passion for wrestling have earned him immense respect across the wrestling world. Today, Absolute Andy's legacy is defined by excellence, longevity, and impact. He remains one of the most influential figures in European wrestling, a performer who helped bring German wrestling to the global stage and continues to inspire those following in his footsteps. Randy Macho Man Savage, born Randall Mario Poffo on November 15, 1952, in Columbus, Ohio, was one of professional wrestling's most electrifying and unforgettable personalities. A second-generation wrestler, he was the son of Angelo Poffo and the brother of Leaping Lanny Poffo. Savage started wrestling in the mid-1970s, but it was in the 1980s, after joining the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, that his career soared. With his gravelly voice, vibrant attire, and signature catchphrase, "Ooh, yeah!" Savage quickly became a fan favorite. Savage's intense feuds, especially with Hulk Hogan, helped define the WWF's golden era. His rivalry with Hogan peaked at WrestleMania 5 in 1989, where he lost the WWF World Heavyweight Championship in one of the era's most talked-about matches. He was also a celebrated Intercontinental Champion and a cornerstone of the rock and wrestling era that pushed wrestling into the pop culture spotlight. In the 1990s, Savage took his talents to WCW, where he continued thrilling fans with his charismatic promos and high-energy performances. Outside the ring, he found success in entertainment, notably appearing in the 2002 Spider-Man movie as the flamboyant Bonesaw McGraw. Tragically, Savage after suffering a heart attack while driving in Florida. His sudden shocked the wrestling world, but his legacy endures. Posthumously inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2015, Savage remains an icon. His unmatched charisma, dynamic wrestling style, and unforgettable persona continue to inspire new generations of fans and performers, securing his place as one of the all-time greats in sports entertainment. Randy Macho Man Savage, born Randall Mario Poffo on November 15, 1952, in Columbus, Ohio, was one of professional wrestling's most unforgettable icons. A second-generation wrestler, he followed in the footsteps of his father, Angelo Poffo, and shared the spotlight with his brother, Leaping Lanny Poffo. Savage began his career in the 1970s, but it was his arrival in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, during the 1980s that launched him into superstardom. Known for his raspy voice, intense charisma, and colorful costumes, Savage captivated audiences with both his in-ring skill and unforgettable promos. He became a fan favorite with catchphrases like, "Ooh, yeah!" and a high-energy persona that perfectly matched his athletic style. He won the Intercontinental Championship and later claimed the WWF World Heavyweight Championship, becoming a cornerstone of the company during the rock and wrestling era. His storied rivalry with Hulk Hogan reached its peak at WrestleMania 5 in 1989, where he lost the title to Hogan in one of wrestling's most iconic matches. In the 1990s, Savage brought his larger-than-life presence to WCW, continuing to entertain fans and win championships. Outside the ring, he found success in acting, notably playing the over-the-top wrestler Bonesaw McGraw in the 2002 Spider-Man film. Tragically, Savage, after suffering a heart attack while driving, his sudden shocked fans and peers alike. In 2015, WWE posthumously inducted him into its Hall of Fame, cementing his status as a legend. Today, Macho Man's legacy lives on through his unforgettable style, influence on future wrestlers, and permanent place in the heart of wrestling history. Pamela Rose Martinez, better known to millions of WWE fans around the world as Bayley, has become one of the most beloved and respected women in professional wrestling. Known for her magnetic energy, emotional storytelling, and fierce in-ring skills, Bayley has evolved over the years, from a cheerful, hug-loving fan favorite to a cunning championship-caliber heel. Her WWE journey has been nothing short of remarkable, filled with title wins, groundbreaking matches, fan adoration, and yes, its fair share of pain, setbacks, and speculation. Among the brightest stars of WWE's women's division, Bayley has proven time and again that she's more than just a character on screen. She's a fighter with unmatched passion and grit. However, the path to success in pro wrestling is rarely smooth. Injuries, persistent rumors, and the mental strain of competition have tested her resolve. But if there's one thing Bayley's career illustrates, it's this: resilience isn't optional, it's essential. From superfan to superstar, Bayley's rise through the WWE ranks is the stuff of dreams. A lifelong wrestling fan growing up in California, she idolized the likes of Macho Man Randy Savage, Lita, and Eddie Guerrero. Her passion led her to the independent scene before she was signed by WWE and sent to NXT, where her bubbly persona and underdog spirit quickly won over fans. Her rise to the top of NXT included a landmark match against Sasha Banks at NXT TakeOver, Brooklyn in 2015, a bout often credited with elevating women's wrestling to new heights. When Bayley was called up to the main roster, she carried her wide-eyed optimism and love for the sport with her. She'd go on to win the Raw Women's Championship, SmackDown Women's Championship, WWE Women's Tag Team titles, and even the 2020 Women's Money in the Bank, making her one of the most decorated female superstars in WWE history. Notably, Bayley holds the record for the longest reign as SmackDown Women's Champion, with 380 days, an achievement that cemented her place as a cornerstone of WWE's modern women's division. Yet behind the gold and glory lies a story of physical and emotional endurance. Bayley's torn ACL. A turning point. In July 2021, WWE fans were hit with surprising and painful news. Bayley had suffered a torn ACL while training at the WWE Performance Center. What made this even more heartbreaking was that it occurred just days before a scheduled return to live touring after the COVID-19 pandemic. Fans were eagerly anticipating her match against Bianca Belair at Money in the Bank, but instead, Bayley was sidelined for an extended period. An ACL, anterior cruciate ligament, tear is among the most feared injuries in sports, especially for wrestlers. The ACL is crucial for stabilizing the knee joint, and damage to it affects everything from basic movement to explosive in-ring maneuvers. Recovery often takes 6 to 12 months, depending on the severity of the tear and how the rehab process goes. Bayley underwent surgery soon after the diagnosis and then faced months of rigorous physical therapy. For someone as active and involved as Bayley, being off the road and out of action was both physically and emotionally difficult. She wasn't just recovering from a wound, she was fighting to stay connected to her identity. On the mental battle, coping with time away, for many wrestlers, the physical pain of injury is only one side of the story. The psychological strain of being forced out of the ring, missing moments, storylines, and fan interaction can often be harder to endure. Bayley was no exception. She spoke candidly in interviews and on social media about the emotional weight of her injury, particularly the frustration of watching WWE's landscape evolve without her. And yet, rather than retreat from the spotlight, Bayley stayed active online. Whether it was snarky tweets, fan Q&As, or occasional appearances on WWE programming, she remained a visible and vocal part of the WWE universe. Her continued engagement helped keep her character alive and reminded fans that Bayley hadn't disappeared. She was just reloading. It was during this time that she became a beacon for others dealing with adversity. Fans rallied behind her, sharing their own stories of injury and resilience. In many ways, Bayley's absence made her impact even clearer. She wasn't just a superstar, she was someone fans genuinely cared about. A triumphant return at SummerSlam 2022. After being away for over a year, Bayley made her long-awaited return at SummerSlam 2022, and she didn't come alone. Flanked by Dakota Kai and Io Sky, Bayley returned as the mastermind behind the new faction Damage Control, instantly shaking up the women's division. The pop from the crowd was deafening, signaling not only relief that she was back, but excitement for what was to come. Her return marked a new chapter in her career. No longer just the lovable hugger or the arrogant heel, Bayley evolved into a calculating leader with a purpose. The time off had not only healed her knee, but allowed her to refresh her character and bring even more depth to her role. More importantly, it was proof that even serious injuries couldn't hold her down. Iron during the grind, the hidden toll of wrestling. While Bayley's ACL tear was her most publicized injury, it's far from the only one she's dealt with. The life of a WWE superstar means constant wear and tear. Between house shows, TV appearances, and international tours, wrestlers often perform hundreds of matches a year, each one carrying the risk of bumps, bruises, or something worse. Bayley's high-impact style, complete with elbow drops, grappling sequences, and risky maneuvers, has made her one of the most exciting performers to watch, but it also leaves her vulnerable. Like many wrestlers, she has worked through muscle strains, sprains, and minor injuries without public acknowledgement, showing up and delivering when others might rest. The physicality of wrestling also affects long-term health. The constant slams, falls, and high-risk moves can lead to chronic issues later in life. Bayley's consistency and ability to perform at a top level through such demands speak volumes about her conditioning, toughness, and mental fortitude. We're tackling health rumors head-on. With great fame often comes unwanted speculation. In recent years, rumors have occasionally surfaced regarding Bayley's health, including bizarre claims about epilepsy and delusional disorder. These types of rumors tend to circulate on social media or fan forums, often with no legitimate sources to back them. Epilepsy rumors. Some fans have speculated that Bayley suffers from epilepsy, but this rumor lacks any verified foundation. Neither Bayley nor WWE has confirmed such a diagnosis, and it's important to remember that WWE performers undergo strict medical evaluations before being cleared to compete. A serious neurological condition like epilepsy would necessitate careful public and medical handling, and there has been no evidence of such measures being taken in Bayley's case. Delusional disorder claims, similarly, whispers about Bayley suffering from a mental health disorder, specifically delusional disorder, are also completely unfounded. There's no medical documentation or credible reports linking Bayley to such a diagnosis. Assigning mental health labels based on behavior in a scripted entertainment setting is not only inaccurate, but irresponsible. Bayley's on-screen persona, sometimes eccentric, sometimes intense, is exactly that, a character. While mental health is a serious topic, and many athletes do face psychological challenges, inventing stories without proof only perpetuates stigma. Until Bayley herself or WWE provides factual information, such rumors should be dismissed for what they are: baseless speculation. The emotional cost, and Bayley's strength behind the scenes. Many superstars talk about the mental strain that injuries and rumors can cause. Bayley has acknowledged the emotional roller coaster that came with being injured and out of action. From uncertainty about her recovery to the fear of re-injury, she faced numerous psychological hurdles. But Bayley didn't let those fears win. She used her time away not just to recover physically, but to grow emotionally. Whether through staying connected with fans, collaborating with creative teams, or developing her damage control persona, Bayley demonstrated emotional intelligence, resilience, and leadership. She turned her absence into an opportunity, transforming what could have been a dark period into a powerful comeback story. Bayley's ongoing legacy now back in full force, Bayley continues to be one of the top names in WWE's women's division. She's a ring general, a leader, and a storyteller who understands the psychology of wrestling better than most.